Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody is wonderful. Let's see who I got at my house. Millie. Oh, borrowed angel. Hello, daughter. You sweet little thing. Smiley. Hey, I hope you're doing better. KG, what up, boy? Lolly. Hey, Lolly. Hippie grandma. Hey. Anybody else I've missed? I'm so glad y'all are here. Let's talk about some addiction to YouTube. Y'all know we are all got some issues with the YouTube addiction. um, hey, I suffer from it too, and I think as a group we should all come together because we need the strength from one another. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. So it is so easy to get engulfed in the YouTube drama saga, whatever you want to call it. Um, it can affect your body in so many ways. And I want you to know that it could cause depression, anxiety, anger, confusion, paranoia, where you're easily agitated, loss of sleep. And you could totally have a different attitude toward your family because of all of the things combined. And that's not cool. And that's not really somebody I'd want to be around. Well, I became that person. And I'm being serious. Lean in. I just described who I was. I don't know if you guys realized or noticed, but I have been off of YouTube a whole lot more than before, and this is the reason why. So, you could actually be on YouTube where you think maybe an hour or 2, and before you know it, 5 hours has gone by, and it's in the middle of the night, and you have an appointment the next morning, and you literally have to get up and get ready in 2 hours because you've been online getting engulfed in the things, getting lost in the things, and before you know it, there's like 3 lives back to back that are all gonna be covering the same thing that you're actually listening to. It's like part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and this is just a whole bunch of stuff going on, and that is not to mention for anyone who is in any kind of discords, okay? So, I have a Discord with, like, 6 people, and that includes me. It's funny memes. "Hey, how are you doing today? Guess what I'm making for dinner? Hey, here's a picture of my dog. Guess what? So and so is gonna, do whatevers. I'm getting a visitor." Stuff like that. That's literally the extent of it. No excitement there. It's just, "Hey, Scuba Diva, how are you, honey?" Lil Wing, "Hey, sweet girl." And Lisa, thank you for being here. Every one of you guys, thank you. So there's a whole lot more that could be going on, just not in the YouTube, but on the Discord and private messages, voice chats. You could be streaming something together as a group because you want to hang out together and watch the same thing. Um, so hours have gone by. And at this point, you can't go to sleep. For one, if you go to sleep, you're not going to get back up. But another thing, your brain has been stimulated from all these little pixels from your screen, your phone, and all the things. And it takes a great deal of time for your brain to calm down and to go into a place where you could actually rest and get some sleep. These are all serious things that as an adult, you need to get good sleep. You really do. I am the biggest night owl there is, but I've had to be very disciplined lately. Very, very disciplined because I was starting to not like the person I was becoming. And I'm coming to you from a place of love because I care about you guys. And if you're struggling with any of these things, I want you to know that you're not alone. There's a whole ass group of us. But most importantly, I found a couple of ways that helped me. And maybe it can help you too because I truly care about your well being, your mental health, and your family because I was kinda being mean. Just ask KG, he'll tell you. True story. Anyway, so, I went into my phone settings and I set a, timer. It's called screen time, and it would give me a warning. Look, you are about to exceed your limit you have set for yourself online, so you might want to rethink this chat room you're in. The struggle is real, Smiley. It's very real. Um, so instead of watching YouTube before I went to bed, I decided to do some old school. Y'all check it out. It's an oldie, but it's a goodie. I started reading an actual book, not like, on my phone or anything, actually on a real book. Um, and it helps. It's not got all the little pixels and all the things that stimulate your eyes and your brain. It literally is calming. Another thing that I started doing was crocheting, and I would just crochet. I would be listening to something or whatever, but I would be crocheting. And that is whenever I went from that to where I appreciated my quiet time and I stopped listening to things and I just started reading. So I kind of gradually stepped down. Hey, Squirrely girl. Hello, honey. Thank you for being here. I have all my honeys, Scuba Diva. Everybody's in here. Kiki. Hey, sweetheart. So I started doing that because a lot of the issues were actually caused by not getting a healthy amount of sleep because I was up all hours of the night. There was a lot of stuff going on then. Hey, Justin, how are you? Thank you for coming. It's important to take care of yourself and have a decent routine. It's hard, but it becomes second nature after you like force yourself to do it for so many days in a row. Because being stressed out it affects your whole entire body, mind, all the things um, are affected. So that is just as a sub because I'm a subscriber, I'm a chatter, and you're in these chat rooms, you're watching these live streams, and all this drama's going on, or all the things are happening, and it's like you're all up in it. It's just like, oh my god, it's like days of our lives, but it's like days in the streets of YouTube. Anyway, well, let me tell you what it's like on this side of the screen. Let me share. Being a creator, which I'm a little baby channel, I have like 530 subs that I absolutely love and adore. And I wish I could invite you guys over on a Saturday because I love every single one of you. But we also have trolls. And when we have these trolls come in, they bring drama into the chat. And how they do this is that they will actually mention other creators on purpose because what they're trying to do is start a whole complete conversation that is different than what the creator's trying to have with her chat or his chat. That's their agenda, that's their plan. And before you know it, they're playing victim in the chat because woe is to me, they've done them dirty and it has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on. So the chat has been completely derailed. You've taken your attention off the content you wanted to cover with your chat that you've been looking forward to spending time with to this. And it's all about them. And your whole entire life has been completely derailed, and you can't recover a lot of times, and you just have to go with it, and you have to end it and move on. I know, Lisa. I do too, girl. Oh, I know, right, Justin? Good luck with that. Hey, Flies, thank you for being here. Good luck with that, Justin. There is no schedule on summer break. The chat can really derail us. Justin is completely, yes, spot on. It completely derail us. And if you're not careful, you'll take the bait. Justin's right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, it's absolutely true. And like I said, before you know it, it's gone too far left and you can't recover. So either you get aggravated and you feed into it and you add to it. And before you know it, you've got a complete shit show on your channel. And you end up deleting the live because you're embarrassed of your own behavior. However, the good stuff in the beginning's lost forever because of some troll. It's a messed up situation, but this is what happens. So, this is how I handle it. This is what I do. Hey, Duchess. Hey, sweetheart. How are you? I'm going to open the panel up in just a second. And if anybody has anything to add to this or wants to say, this is what happened to me on a live, or this is what happened to me as a sub spending too much time on here, I want to hear it because we are a family up in cheer and I care about you. And if anybody can help anybody up in here, we need all the help we can get because people, we have a problem. We spend too much time on here. There's nothing wrong with being here. It's just let's live our lives at the same time. Let's not be on YouTube all the time. I lost 5 pounds because I got my ass off of YouTube. True story. Asked my doctor. I just went and came home and I'm excited. But anyway, so this is what I do. Now, first of all, I want you to know I have the top notch best mods on YouTube. I don't care. I don't give a fat baby's ass what anybody says. My mods are the best and I love and adore them because they 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 protect me and they protect my chat. But my mods will also tell you that I will block a troll, I will remove a comment with a quickness, especially if it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm discussing. I will not tolerate it because at my house we say where we're going to go. We're not going to derail it and talk about another creator. I can go on and on and on about how that stuff happens. And before you know it, you're going to be the topic of a conversation that you didn't sign up for because everything's been misconstrued and it has been fabricated because they need something else to talk about. And I'm not going to be on another damn list because I shouldn't have been on that one. But moving right along. Um, that's because it could open up a whole new drama filled mess that I don't want my name attached to. You know, hey Victoria, thank you for being here. And I think it's Lies, Lies. I love your content. You pretty lady right here. I don't Lies or Lise. I think that I love the stuff you're putting out, sweet girl. I just found you and I really do. I really like you a lot. You're pretty cool. Um So I don't want to be a topic of any conversation. And I've had a few instances where I've had to address some situations, y'all. And I don't know if y'all been here for very long, but y'all have probably seen it firsthand, where I will rarely mention a name. I think I have on one or two occasions. Rarely will I ever mention a name, but just know the person that is intended to hear it knows it because the shoe fit. And if the shoe fit more than one person, well, they got some working out to do with their own self because I only intended it for that particular person without saying a single name. Because I do have respect at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I do have respect. But most importantly, I refuse to give someone who has said something ugly about me, hey, nature lover, hey, sweet girl, I love your content too. I laughed so hard the other day, like literally, I was snort laughing. You're amazing. Um, Respect is so important. It really is. And so because I respect you guys and I respect myself and I love my channel, even though it's a baby, it's my baby. And I refuse to give certain people airtime because they're unworthy of it. I guess if you present yourself like a person who demands respect without being a hateful person, you usually get it, or they just don't bother you. But you have to be consistent with it. You can't, we all have our weak moments and we're kind of like sometimes be like, yeah, I'll take that, whatever. But if you don't, you don't. And you just don't even bother with it. Um, we all have our moments, but we just, just have to be clear headed sometimes, before you make a response to anything. Um, and this goes all back to being selfish with who you are as a person, being selfish with your happiness. Put your put your happiness as your first priority because see, it's a trickle effect. If you have respect for yourself and other people feel that off of you, because believe it or not, you guys, we put off energy. It could be good or it could be bad. But regardless, we carry an energy no matter where we are or who we're around. The vibe will change. It could be good or it could be bad. I want to be on the good side because I don't want to walk into a room and everybody's like, oh, hell, here she is. Damn. You don't want that. You want to walk in the room and it's like, hey, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for coming. That's what I would rather be instead of the all hell moment. Nobody wants that. But anyway, so be selfish and with yourself. Put yourself at the very top because if you're happy, everyone else can see that and you're a happier person toward people that even don't even deserve it. You just smile and wave, smile and wave. That's what you do. Um, things run a whole lot smoothly. They run a whole lot just whenever you create a life that you don't want to take a vacation from. So if you are happy and your people are happy or if people feel good around you, people just gravitate towards you because you're just a great person. You literally wake up every day with both feet planted on the floor thinking today is going to be a great day, even though you know that that day has something planned that you do not look forward to doing. But you have got a mindset that I've got this because you're not under all of the stress and all of the anxiety and all the things that some things are causing you to have on YouTube, and you're not getting enough sleep. You're just not. It's just not healthy. So I have adapted a mindset, and this has been going on for a very long time. What I'm about to tell you may sound crazy, but I want you guys to hear me out and I want you to try it. Okay. This is really important. Instead of having anxiety, you can turn that anxiety into excitement. And this is how you can do it. You just have to do it in here. Okay. You wake up every single day thinking, not only is it my favorite day of the week, but it's my birthday. And I'm fixing to turn my anxiety into excitement because I know something amazing is going to happen today. And I cannot wait to see what happens. If you have the mindset that you are constantly looking forward to whatever amazing thing could possibly happen that day, you are in a great mood all day because it's your fake birthday. And if you're me, it's Friday. It's Friday and it's your birthday every single day, and something great and amazing is going to happen. And you want to have a smile on your face all day long because you're excited. And I know that sounds crazy, but if we could turn our anxiety into something positive, I honestly believe that we are kind of our own worst critic and we can make things so much bigger than what they really are in our head. Well, if we can take a little bean and turn it into a mountain in here, why don't we try to do the opposite and try to have something to look forward to? Just trying to have a positive outlook on things. It has made my days a whole lot better. Um, I'm happier. I used to dwell on negative things all the time, and that's where my anxiety and stuff came from. Um, and I stopped worrying about what other people thought about me or what they said about me. That was another thing I had to get over was why does this person not like me? Why does this person not why are they saying these things? Why are they treating me this way? It's so undeserved, unwarranted, and I didn't do anything. And who is this person? Well, guess what? I had to handle my situations differently because it was not healthy at all. I had to manage what I gave my attention to. And whatever people thought about me or said about me, at the end of the day, it was none of my business. For one, it's more than likely not true, but I cannot control anyone else or what they do. I can only control me. And I didn't take them to raise, so I can't make them behave. That's on them. But I refuse to carry the burden of their attitude problem, of their negativity, of their bad day because it's Monday every day in their world and they hate Mondays. That is not my problem. And so if they want to stay on the negative stuff, they're going to continue doing that, but they're not going to get any airtime from me because of it. They're just not. So I just I just see so much of it. I see so much of it everywhere we go, everywhere. What they think of me is none of my business. Some people just don't like us for whatever reason. And you're so right, Justin. We For whatever reason, I don't know why they don't like us, but we cannot help that they don't have good taste. We can't help that they got bad taste in people. Hey, Dynamite, love you. Luminous is here. Little Wing. Nana. Hey, Nana. I'm gonna move right along because I'm gonna open the panel in case someone wants to add to anything I'm saying. But if you don't hear anything I've said this evening, I want you to hear this. You are not put here to be miserable. You are not put here to be anxious and upset, worried, angry every single day. Listen, you're important and you're very special and you deserve a rainbow at the end of any storm that you're going through, any storm. You have to reprogram yourself to what you're going to give attention to because you might not be able to change any of the things that's going on. You really might not be able to. And knowing that and allowing that to just let it go is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I wasn't even aware of how unhealthy I was becoming and how toxic some of these things are in my life that I had, you know, subjected myself to. So it's hard to get yourself on a good sleeping routine. It's hard to demand respect for as long as you've been disrespected. But what I will tell you is this: what you allow will continue. What you allow will continue. So if you don't like what's going on, you got to allow it to get changed. So you have to stand up for yourself and demand respect. Because if you allow it, it's going to continue. So don't allow it. Stand firm on your own 2 feet that you are blessed to have and demand the respect that you deserve. You truly deserve that. And don't care what other people think. Don't, because they probably don't even like themselves. So what if they don't like you? You don't want somebody like that to like you. They're no good. They're a bad egg and they're poisonous. Don't ingest what they're selling because it will make you sick. And if you have to respond to something that's been said about you in a negative light, if there is something that you have got to get off of your chest, address it, but address it with respect. Don't even say their name. Don't. Because how they treat you is a reflection of them. So be very careful with how you respond to certain things because that's forever and it's a reflection of you. So let it be in a good light. You can say all kinds of things without saying a single bad word or a single name. I promise you I've done it. And the point got across because the person it was meant for, they were listening, and that shoe fit perfect on their foot. I promise. So just, I guess what I'm trying to get at is sometimes we sign up for certain things we don't even realize that we're signing up for. But your energy is contagious. Let's all try to have some positive energy and spread good vibes and a bright light in these dark streets that we spend a lot of time in. The world's already negative enough. Let's just have our own little bright corner because things need to change. And just limit the stuff that you take in. Whether you know it or not, it plays a huge role in what how it makes you how it makes you. If it makes you feel bad or anxious or just mentally worn out, back away from it. It's a table you do not wanna eat from. It has nothing to offer you, and I truly do. I care about every single one of you. I care about your mental health. I care about your days. I care about your family. I care about the strangers you come in contact with because if you're a happier person, you might be the only person that they see a smile from. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna open panel right now. If anybody has anything they like to add or would just like to come up here and tell me I'm completely wrong, I'm gonna totally agree to disagree with you in the most respectful way as I kick you from my channel. Let me see who's just got here. Let's see who we got. We got Miss Annette. Hey, sweetheart. Landon. Hey, Bubba. I'm sorry. Smiley. Hey, Eve Hickman. How are you, neighbor? Nico, I love you so much. Congrats to your son. God's amazing grace. Thank you so much for being here, Crystal. Lemoness. I love that name, by the way. Okay. Well, I dropped a link. I don't guess anybody wants to come up here and talk to me. Okay. Anyway, I don't know if that helped any of you guys or not. I have no idea. I just know that having a different attitude toward things can it can actually help. If you ever heard the thing about fake it till you make it? I have to do that a lot. Nature lover, I love you. I'm gonna go all the way back up and read what you guys been saying. You have to listen to rain borrow to understand that. Smiley's got a metal roof. Oh, thank you so much, Smiley. I love you too. Let's see what Duchess said. Annabella is smart and her smile is genuine. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. Hey, funny face. How are you? Oh, I know, Justin. A lot of laundry. Laundry's no fun. Thank God it's Friday. I miss you too, Bubba. Love you. I don't know. Crazy chicken lady. Hey, honey. I'm a chicken to come up, but you're talking so much truth. Thank you for being positive and to hear it in your voice. I know it's hard. It is. It truly is. And I truly mean that. Everything that I've said. Because I genuinely care about you guys, and I know the struggle it caused me. So if I can help you guys have any kind of tips or tricks, I'm trying to help because I don't want you to go through what I went through. Right, Smiley?
That's right. Oh, I didn't know I was up there. Sorry.
So what you doing, honey? How are you?
I'm
You better?
doing I'm doing better. Yes, I want everybody to know I'm doing better.
You scared me at lunchtime. I come out and you're taking
Oh,
that, and then I'm like, oh my God, she make it home.
I made it
I walked
home.
in on that.
Was everybody? I mean, was you on there at lunch? See, I didn't even
I
know.
was at lunch. Yeah, I was. You. There was no way you could have known. There's a lot of people talking to you. But yeah, as soon as I popped on, you were like, "Hold on a second." You reached in your bag, and I was like, "What has happened? What did I miss? Oh my god, who's messing with my baby?"
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
That's
had
okay. As soon as you got home, I got out of the car and I went on back into work, but I wasn't leaving until I knew you was all right.
yeah, I was okay. You see, I've come home and took a shower and put on my nightgown and got me some
Mhm.
rest, and yeah,
Looking
I'm
good,
good.
girl.
But yeah, I don't know about all that. But anyway, I just wanted to thank everybody that was in here, and I want to tell you you're so sweet and kind, and thank you for this live because it's a really good live, and people need more of this.
Thank
And
you. I try.
yeah, it's
I
good.
really do.
Yeah, we need to hear more stuff like this to take our mind off of,
Mhm.
we need knowledge on stuff, you know.
Well, the thing is that the screen time can get away with it before you know it. It's done robbed your whole day or your whole evening. Meanwhile, supper's probably burnt. You got a pile of laundry that didn't get done. Your floor ain't been mopped or swept in a week and a half because you've been catching up on the YouTubes and all the drama. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, Jesus, I've gained 10 years in 2 days, because you're
Yeah,
not sleeping. It is so easy to do. And I'm not going to lie, I still do have late nights, but I don't do it every night like I was before because it wasn't doing anything, but it was making me miserable. I didn't like who I was becoming because
yeah,
I wasn't happy anymore, and I was taking their energy on me. Like, we were a part of something we didn't sign up for. We know how that made us felt. We were having a great day literally together before that happened because we absorbed that negative energy that
yeah,
we didn't deserve,
right.
you know?
And we,
This
yeah,
is
and we
true.
were taking everybody's, I know I was taking everybody's troubles
Mhm.
inside and just, it was like poltergeist.
Yeah, because 'cause you're an empath, and I am too, and that's one of my biggest issues with myself is that I shouldn't take on other people's problems, but I wanna help, and
Yeah,
so I guess I'm trying to help and explain that, "Hey, I had the same problem, and it's 2 different ways whenever you're on this side of the screen versus being on that side of the screen." Smiley, it's hard.
yeah, yeah,
It's hard because
it-
you could walk into a bear trap before you know it, and you'll be on the chopping block before you know it. Even before that live's over, you'll be being streamed and talked about.
yeah,
Right
definitely.
then.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Even when, yeah, you can get blindsided real quick, real quick.
By out of nowhere by someone you never would have it come from.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So, you know, but you got to take care of yourself, and
Mhm.
you have to have this time. And I'm beginning to realize and see, you have to make time for yourself. It's very important, and I'm so glad you had this live stream. I just happened to get on and see you had one scheduled. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. And to hear you talk, and then to hear Justin talk, and I've told him many times.
I
I
wish he would come up here because he's been derailed a hot minute or 2.
and yeah, and I've
Bless
told
him.
him many times the way he always carries himself and he handles himself. And I know he's been on here a long time, way before I thought of it, but he handles himself very well. It just rolls off of him, and I'm sure it don't. I mean, somewhere down inside, I'm sure it don't. I'm
Mhm.
sure there's a time and a place where it's got to bother him. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just speaking out of turn, but he handles himself so well, and it's very impressive. And I wish I could do that. I'm trying to get there more and more, but Smiley's got a long way to go. And I ain't going to lie, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. And Annabella, I'm very proud of you because you keep
Mm.
saying I'm a baby channel. It has nothing to do with that. It's the person that you are. You're very graceful, and you have a lot of grace and dignity about yourself, and I want you to always keep that. and do not ever let this YouTube, whatever this is, because I walked into something I didn't even know existed.
I
But
know.
it's you. You are a very good, strong person, and I don't want you to ever lose that. I see that in
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much. And you do know whenever that happened, I was not gonna let you go down by yourself.
I know, but I did.
And I never will.
You know, nobody, nobody has to speak for Smiley.
Never.
But I so much appreciate you, and I love how you handle yourself and everything that goes on with you and your channel. And I just want
Thank
to
you
say
so much.
that. And before I start crying again,
I know.
I'm gonna get the heck off of here. And I just want to tell
Okay.
everybody I'm okay, and I love you. I love you all, and I will see you later, Gators.
Bye.
Bye. Can you kick me off? I can't. Oh, there I am. Okay,
Oh,
bye.
I don't want to kick Smiley. That's awful. I'm too chicken to come up. Oh, I don't want you to be a chicken. Oh, Nico, I love you, sister. You guys are awesome. You really are. It's a lot of positive energy here. It really is. You guys are really, 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 really important to me. I don't know if y'all hear that at other channels, but it's genuine. You guys are awesome. So I'm gonna drop my link one more time if anybody wants to come up and talk to me or tell me anything or if I helped or if they have something to add to it. Every little bit that you can learn from each other, the better, is exactly what we need to do. Oh, here's Crystal. It's my friend. Hey,
Hey,
hey, sister.
hey, beautiful. I came in at the end, but I wanted to say I love what I heard. We need more positive things on YouTube. There's enough negative. There is,
Mhm.
but the sad thing is you'll have 500 people join a live stream to watch the drama, but you won't have 20 to join a live stream to hear something positive. I'm glad to see creators putting out some positive. To be honest, I know what you were saying. I mean, I was wrapped up with wanting to see what the latest thing was going on and then wondering why I wasn't getting blessed.
I
And
know.
I was,
Exactly.
you know, the Lord just told me, look what you're feeding yourself. While you're
Yes.
having your coffee of the morning, you're watching this drama and you're expecting to have a blessed, great day. So I had to just
Yeah,
rearrange my whole routine. I mean,
I did
instead of
too. I had to
watching,
push myself away from that table and stop ingesting all that toxicness because it was not healthy for me, and I couldn't figure out why I was in such a bad mood all the time or why I couldn't see the good and all I just focused on all negative stuff, and I wasn't very good to myself. I wasn't taking care of me, and I finally just decided one day, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore because I'm missing out on real life instead of some of this fake stuff that's scripted sometimes, or they just have ran out of things to talk about, so they're gonna drag someone now, and it's
yes.
like you said, you just wanna know what's gonna happen next, so you gotta tune in, and before you know it, it's 3 a.m., and you hadn't even had a shower yet, and you're just, like, sitting there, like, "Where'd the time go?"
And the sad thing about it is while we're doing this, we're neglecting our own family.
Yes, I was
The
neglected.
time we could
They're all
spend,
grown.
yes, we're neglecting the time that we could put forward towards our own kids, our own husband, or my parents are gone, but everybody's isn't. The point is that time that we're putting into uh, watching the drama and bringing our own self down, we could be putting
Mhm,
towards our own family and creating memories instead of
yeah,
just being
because
miserable.
You're exactly right, because do you think they give a crap about you or your family? Meanwhile, you're all absorbed into them and sending them all the support and stuff, do you think they honestly care? No,
No,
they
no,
don't.
they don't. Um, I mean, it took me putting YouTube down, and I walked away for a little bit. And
You did, you walked away. Mhm.
I'm not in chats the way I used to be, but
No, you're not.
it took me just putting it down and just solely trying to focus on the things that matter to me, which is, me, the Lord, and my family. And
That's right.
when I done that, when I did come back to YouTube, I didn't come back to YouTube for drama. I come back to YouTube for prayer. When the
And I've seen
I
you
was
on
dealing with
numerous
everything.
numerous live streams where and you have blessed so many chats with your very presence, and whenever you go on panel, you speak so much truth, and it's from your heart. And if anybody didn't know the Lord, once they meet you, I promise you they're gonna know the Lord.
Oh, thank you so much. That is probably the best compliment that anybody could get, to be honest with you. I, I've said it before. If you
It's
see
true.
any good in me, then it's
Got to
God.
be the
Because
Lord.
when I do it myself, when I've done things myself, I made a mistake. I made a mess of it.
I know, me too.
But now it took him getting a hold of me for me to put YouTube down. But I was like, Lord, why am I drugged down so much? Why can't I just feel your presence the way I once did? And he was like, look what you're feeding yourself. If we
Yeah.
sit down to our kitchen table and we
Mhm.
eat candy all the time, we're not going
Mhm.
to feel good. We're going to
No,
feel like junk because we're eating
rotten.
junk. If we
That's
sit
right.
down and we eat healthy things, then that's what's going
Yeah,
to come out of our body, and it's going to give us more
that's
energy. It's
right.
going to give us more life.
That's what I meant by I had to push myself away from the table because I was ingesting a lot of toxic things and it wasn't healthy for me. But whenever I tell you, Crystal, that whenever you are involved in anything, it be on panel or even in the chat, there is power behind you because
Oh,
there might be someone in the chat or someone just watching that may be struggling with their own salvation. But once they hear from you, that for one, they know there's a Lord, but for two, that they understand how he's worked in your life, and maybe it's something for them to consider themselves. So you bring a lot of positivity to wherever you're at too, and it's people like you that I gravitate to. We have a lot of the same energy. We'd rather be happy than upset, and we know it's
y-
good, but we still do the bad sometimes as far as watching certain things, but I have limited myself so much since then. And I feel
yes,
so
me
much
too.
better. Yeah, I feel so much better.
I mean, I've made mistakes of what chats to be in, what panels to go on. We all make those mistakes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can get on a panel and not even realize what's coming down. Uh,
Yep.
but
Mhm.
people, when you find yourself overwhelmed, log off. There is more. The people that love you are under your roof. 9 times out of 10, you don't got to get on the internet to find that. You don't. And a lot of these things that we're looking for answers for, there's no updates on it. And without going into it, you know what I'm talking about.
Mhm. Mhm. I do.
And there ain't a thing that we can do about it on YouTube. But you know what? We can do a lot about it on our knees.
Mhm.
Through prayer, you get a lot more done.
Yep.
When I
You're
came
right.
on back when I came back on YouTube and I changed my name, for those of you that don't know, I used to be Cold Case Crystal.
Yes.
But when I come back on YouTube and I changed my name, I was in a situation. I'm a foster mom, for those of you that don't know. But they were sending the twins that I have to family, and nothing about it felt right. And I came on asking for prayer. Okay,
Yes.
you. Then they did remove them and place them with kinship. And to my eyes and everybody else's that was watching, it probably looked hopeless. But within 3 weeks and a
They were
lot
right
of
there.
prayer, thank
Mhm.
you, Jesus, my babies are home.
I never will
So,
forget that text. I will never forget that text. I Either one of those. The first one and then the second one. I was so happy for you, but most importantly, I was happy for those sweet little babies because I knew they were back home where they belonged with
oh,
you.
I tell you, and me and my husband, we had even talked, after the babies were placed in kinship. He said, "Do you think?" Because I drive an SUV. You know how gas prices are. He said,
Yeah.
"Do you think we need to downsize?" And I said, "No, we're going to need that vehicle for when the twins come back." And he said, "Honey, I'm afraid you're holding on to something that might not happen." I said, "Don't you dare speak that negativity on our family. Those babies are coming back."
And they did.
Yes, sure did.
Yep. I never forget that day.
But now, don't get me wrong. I was bruised and broken when they
Hmm.
weren't here.
I
I
know.
was. I was bruised and broken. Every night I laid down, I was wondering, are they being fed? Are they being took care of? Because these
Hmm.
are medically complex babies. They're not just,
Yep.
you know, kids
Healthy,
that can
healthy.
defend themselves and stuff. I mean, they're medically complex babies, and I love them. They're
They were
mine.
they were premature. For anybody who doesn't know, the twins were they were preemie babies, and there were some other issues, but so they've been fighters ever since they took their first breath.
Yes, they
Just know
have.
that, and
Yes,
they're
they
beautiful.
have. But the point of me saying all that is sometimes things may look hopeless. It's not. It's not
No.
hopeless because it's when we get out of the way that God can do things. So, with any case that you're looking at, pray about it because even though we can't see things, God sees all things.
Yes, he does. Yep, and he hears
But,
our prayers.
but girl, I love seeing you live, and I wanted to come up and tell you that not just this live and several lives, you always help.
You means a lot because I do care about every one of you guys and anybody that can hear my voice. If I can help anybody, even if it's just with one of the most simplest things, being happy, because we only get one shot at this. We only get one shot at this life. And at the end of our days, we're not going to sit there and wish that we had spent another 50, 11 hours on YouTube being miserable and resentful and spiteful and hateful and paranoid and having anxiety and not sleeping. That's like not going to ever happen. I just want people to be happy and I want people to gravitate toward positive people and not so much the negative
Yes,
because it's
ma'am.
important. I mean, energy, it transfers. And like I said, I want somebody to be around me that's not like, oh no, she just didn't get them up in here. I want them to be like, oh, it's her, yay!
You know, my mama used to say, you got to love everybody now, Crystal. But it's fine to take them in small doses. Have you ever been around people that just jerk the
Uh-huh.
life right out of you? You love them. It can be
Yes,
your own
energy
family.
vampires.
You love
Energy
them, but be
vampires.
around them just a little bit and you start ODing real quick. Like, oh, goodness.
I call them energy vampires. They just suck it right out of you. Yeah, I have to
So,
go get recharged by myself.
I, I, I ain't saying you don't be around those people. We've got to be around, especially if they're in your family, but take them in small doses. Take it
Yeah.
in small doses. Don't take so much that it lays you on your back because, some people just have that spirit about them. They'll drain
Yes.
you dry. My
They
granny
will,
used to
and
call
before
it
you
the
know it, you just
complaining
like
spirit. Yeah, my granny used to call it that complaining spirit.
yeah, I know a bunch of them. Mhm. I'm so glad you came up here. I love to hear your voice, and I love to hear what you have to say. You're such a positive person, and, you keep me grounded, girl. You
Oh,
really do.
thank you, honey.
You remind me of my roots. You really do. I
Oh,
mean that.
thank you. Well, you remember, honey, you're out. Remember, you're blessed and highly favored by God, and as long as you look to Him, you won't go wrong. And
That's
I
right.
really appreciate this live. I'm going to jump down, but I wanted you to know
Okay.
that I love you and thank you.
I love you too. Love you too, Crystal. Thank you. I just love everybody in here right now. I'm gonna drop my link one more time. If anybody wants to come up here, you're more than welcome. Yeah, you can, Millie. You can come up with some mean people, especially on YouTube. People acting so mean and then changing their names to come back unnoticed. Okay. Oh, the goodness. Duchess is throwing holy water, y'all. Oh, Lord. Literally. That's so funny. Oh, snap. Love you, Nico. Hmm. We do love Justice. Duchess, if I ever go missing, I know you're going to make me look beautiful. She makes the best posters. No, she hasn't. I think she's doing this to me on purpose. I really do. Whenever I got home this afternoon, she was sitting by the gate or whatever, and as soon as I got home, she turned around and she went into her barn, and I've not seen her since. True story. And she's very gassy. I want you to know that because, like, I was having a serious conversation with her about this baby I want her to hurry up and have, and she just let it all go and never blinked. I was sitting there talking to her, she was just making all the noises out the back end. I thought we might be having a baby. No, it was not. She's trifling. Love her. I love you, Dino. I know you always give your 100%. That's why I love you. Aw, I love you too, Lincoln. So sweet. Well, I guess since nobody wants to come up, I'm gonna end this live. Um, I hope I helped you guys. I hope you take your own inventory and you realize what's good and what's not. And maybe you can discipline yourself enough to maybe make some changes and wean yourself off, not completely, but as much as possible, and maybe get busy doing something with your family or outside, or maybe start a new hobby. Do anything other than feeding yourself negative things, and you might not even realize how negative it is until you step away from it. And whenever you step away from it for any short amount of time, you'll see the changes in yourself, in your emotions, and maybe even in your face, because I know I notice differences now. I don't look as tired as I did. I was looking tired and drained all the time. And I stepped away from a lot of negative things and I started taking better care of myself because I do love myself. And I want other people to love me too. So I got to be the best me I can be, or nobody is going to have any respect for me or treat me nicely. Because you're going to have people that's going to treat you bad just because that's who they are. I don't want to, you know, ask for it by being a grouch. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. And I want you to know that I do care and that I hope that you take something from this. And I hope the next time I see you, maybe you'll say, hey, guess what? I feel so much better now. I think I feel 5 years younger now. Guess what? I lost 10 pounds because I haven't been sitting there watching YouTube eating ice cream like I was. I really was. But anyway, thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you all and I hope to see you again soon. So take care of you. Be kind to each other. And I'm here if you need me. Okay? Bye, y'all.